to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it.
And I'm Kayfabe Adrian, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And I'm E.A.
It's Kayfabe Avenue. Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I'm Kayfabe AJ.
I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And I'm E.A.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And tonight we bring you the AEW Dynamite wrap up and wrapping up everything for AEW for the week. So let's get right into it with some results from Dark Elevation. So,
Elevation.
Yes, sir.
Dark Light.
We had John
Medium
Moxley
dark.
defeating Danny Limelight. We had Tay Conti defeating Maddie Rankowski. So I'm glad to see Tay Conti rebounding from that loss a few weeks ago. We got Jurassic Express defeating Chaos Project. Alex Reynolds. Well, who's not gonna defeat Chaos Project, right? We got
I can think of a couple people.
we got Alex Reynolds defeating Isaiah Cassidy. Thunder Rosa defeating Renee Michelle. Good to see Renee Michelle back. Britt Baker defeats Rachel Rose. I don't know much about Rachel. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky defeating Fuego del Sol and Baron Black. Poor Fuego.
Damn.
Eddie Kingston defeats VSK. We have Matt Hardy and Mark Quinn defeating, who was it? Dean Alexander. Oh, I can't see my notes. And Dylan McQueen. I don't know who that is, admittedly. We have Jade Cargill defeating Rika Tahaka. We got Matt Seidel defeating Manny Smith. Layla Hirsch defeating Danny Jordan. Good to see Layla Hirsch getting some wins in. Lee Johnson defeats David Ali. And Chuck Taylor defeats Vary Morales. I don't think I've seen Vary Morales pick up a single win ever.
He's another one getting
Right?
walked.
He's another Fuego.
You
Wait,
could say he rarely wins.
it varies.
It varies.
So let's move on to OG Dark, AEW Dark. We got
Dark.
Dark. We got light dark and dark. So
Yeah.
moving on to AEW Dark, we got Diamante defeating Willow Nightingale. That's somebody new. I don't know who that is. Varsity Blondes defeats Jalen Brandon and Trayvon Jordan. We got Lance Archer defeating Angel Fashion. Jungle Boy defeating Marty Cassius. Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Benoni defeats Liam Gray and Adrian Alanis. The Factory defeating Jake Logan, Ryzen, and Rick Recon. We got Brian Cage defeating Bear Bronson.
That was a good match.
Big Swole and Red Velvet defeating MK Twins. I guess there's a lot of new female talent. The Acclaim defeats Sunny Kiss and Joey Janela. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston defeat Milk Chocolate. Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Mike Seidel. Chris Statlander defeats Julia Hart. 10 defeats JD Drake. Nyla Rose defeats Ashley DM Boyce. Evil Uno 5 and Cole Cabana defeat Spencer Slade, Cole Carter, and Andrew Palace. And finally, Dante Martin defeats Aaron Fry.
That was a good match too.
Cole Cabana doesn't have a designated number.
No.
That's weird. I didn't realize that.
That's crazy. I didn't even think of that either.
It's the first time, like, why are they? I've never really heard them give him a number.
I mean, you could call him 6 if you want.
That's the only one that's missing, right?
No. But he's Jewish, so he has a 6-point star. So.
Okay. All right. Let's move straight on to the next AEW rankings for this week. So what do we got here? All right, for the men's ranking this week, we got Kenny Omega. Let's make this a little bigger.
Kenny Olivier.
Kenny Olivier with 4-0
With the
overall
Impact
record
win.
of 45-12. We have Darby Allin, TNC champion, 9-0, 31, 13-1. So once again, every week we have to make mention these two guys, respective champions. They share the same rank system, so the round robin is for all of them. So that equals the most convoluted system, I guess, in the rankings. Period. The men's rank system is always up and down and makes no sense. So let's see if it makes sense this week. We got Orange Cassidy at number 1, 8-0.
Yep.
Pac at 5-0. I
Yep.
still don't understand how, but whatever. We've been saying
How
this
what?
week.
And they had a match about that later on tonight. We'll get to
Pac got on this ranking out of left field to begin with.
I thought
Because
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
undefeated this year.
Yeah, but he was mostly doing a lot of tag matches.
You notice how Hangman Page only lost once, and yes, instantly went to 5, and then Orange Cassidy, who has 0 losses, is way higher. Pac is way higher because they're on an undefeated streak. So that means they're high. I'm guessing. I don't know.
They just need to split the division because it'd be confusing. Because if you look at it, the first 3 it's all going for Kenny. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't leave no room for Darby Allin and his division or who should challenge him. That's why most of his matches or his defense be open challenges. Somebody just randomly pop out these couple of weeks. You feel me? I don't know. Because if they give him a division, he'll be able to develop his own stories within that own division for other people to grow as well.
But they don't think about that.
You know what I'm saying?
So
And then-
well.
And then he had a title match with none other than Miro, who did not even have one match as a singles competitor, not even on this list. And he automatically had a contract. We're going to talk about that later.
Now, he did have is that Darby has open challenges every week.
You feel me?
And 99.9% of the time, it has nothing to do with the rank system. And that's just his.
They actually rearranged the rank system to justify it.
Yeah, this week. Because look at the top 3. It wasn't looking like that last week. And Brian Cage got on because he beat Hangman.
You know, so it is what it is.
All right, well, do you think this week the men's division looks at least semi-accurate or accurate at all?
I don't know how you could think that is accurate when you have 7-1, 6-1, and 8-1
in the bottom. Yeah, even though Hangman took that loss last week, he should definitely be at least ranked 3. It just doesn't like either lose focus on the rank system and like phase it out, or go all the way in with it. Like this picking and choosing shit is like, why make the big focus on AEW rankings if it's hardly ever correct? Let's move on. We got the women's rank system. Hikaru Shida, 3-0, the worst AEW champion. Period. I stand by that.
We doing that.
She held it down.
We doing that.
We doing that.
She held it down.
Every single woman in this division has a higher record than you, the champ.
She just ain't putting in enough. Yeah,
she's not even on the show.
Got that Brock Lesnar.
I'm putting in the work, even if you comes in once every 3 months. Like, she's not even on the show.
She got Brock.
Horrible. We got Britt Baker.
Wait. Matter of fact, who she facing? Who she facing?
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker. At double.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Just wanted to make sure.
It's time though. It's time.
Take that fucking title away from her, because I'm sick of having a champion that, one, can't cut promos, 2 ain't even around 2 cut promos. 3 is
And everybody on
not
that list is
fighting.
putting in work.
And the whole
Everybody's putting in.
look at the numbers on this division. Look at the damn numbers.
All of them is put like at 10-8 and shit. Like
10-1
they
Britt
putting
Baker,
in work.
10-2 Thunder Rosa, 11-3
Right.
Tay Conti, who in my opinion should have been the champion at this point. She'd should have just dropped then if you was gonna continue to do nothing. Then we got Nyla Rose
Everybody's putting
8-2 and Rev Velvet 6-1. Come on, man.
They
Every
still putting
woman
in
on
work.
this division, even Jade Cargill, is putting in more work than this person than the champion.
Like,
Layla Hirsch.
yo, all
Like,
them girls
how
is
many other
hungry,
people,
yo.
like
Yo, you know what it is? That the division is hungry, yo. They
You know what it is? Yeah, you know what's the crazy thing? They don't even update the AEW women roster, so you can't even look at all the girls that they signed and how many more
it's
wins
smart
that
that
they
they don't-
have. More than
it's
she
smart
does.
that they don't do that, because then we'll be able to week in and week out show the anomalies that prove that the rank system makes no fucking sense. Like I've said from day
Yeah.
one.
I've been putting in work.
Listen, we've argued tooth and nail about the rank system, and past people on the show done said, oh, it makes sense, to try to justify it. And then look, we have their own information that AEW provides on a weekly basis to disprove almost every rank. So it is what it is. The next one, the women's division, looks the most accurate. It's usually is week in and week out. So we'll move straight on to the tag team division. Matt and Nick Jackson 4-1 in tag team matches. We got SCU 13-0 asterisks, 11-4 asterisks, because they're not counting. They're not counting that loss that SCU should have been broke up by. 6-0 Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, so they
6-1.
climbed it up pretty quick.
No. You're right. You're right.
They
That is
weren't
6-1.
in that match. In the
Yeah, you're right.
Battle Royal. We're talking about the Battle Royal at the last pay-per-view event that was supposed to decide who's the number one contenders, which it became Pac and Ray Phoenix for no reason, because like, did that go anywhere? And then we got this asterisk on SCU because they should have broke up due to that loss. But it is what it is. AEW. We got the Acclaim that's 7-2. And we got FTR still on the rankings for no fucking reason, because they haven't even been wrestling in straight up tag teams. And there's other tag teams that have way more wins than them.
And putting in more work, but they've been busy with the Inner Circle Pinnacle story.
Have they though?
That's all they've been doing.
Have they been busy?
It's just
Have they though?
promos. They all over every segment. It's always them two.
Are they though? Like I remember them having a vacation, coming back, and then Inner Circle had a little vacation. And in those weeks, they did no tag team wrestling.
Nah, they haven't. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like,
so they're not busy.
They're not haven't been putting in no work at all.
They're not busy then, bro.
They're busy doing that dumb shit. Not
Well,
even the stadium.
They busy not doing nothing.
All right.
They're busy not doing nothing.
Let's check,
That's a
let's check
perfect
the roster. Let's check the roster real quick. Little spoiler from tonight.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up. But oh well.
He wasn't even on.
We'll talk about that when we get to it.
I already had them bars.
All right, let's see.
It's
They're
looking
what,
pretty good.
They're 4-0, right? FTR.
Yeah.
No, but you got to understand, Alex Reynolds, all his wins isn't with John Silver.
No, I know, but I wasn't. That's why I wasn't gonna mention him. I'm just trying to confirm it was 4-0.
3-3 for Hybrid 2.
Yeah, 4-0.
4-0. I like how they updated having Christian on, but
They haven't updated the full roster.
they don't have anybody else though.
They put Colton Gunn up there. I don't think he was up there last time. Look, Top Flight 4-0.
Yeah, but he's hurt.
But Top Flight's injured right now.
Yeah, Darius is hurt, is injured.
This 3-0 is with Mox, ain't it?
I think so.
Not sure.
Not all of it. And I don't think all his
Not
tag
sure.
box.
4-0.
That's not all with that's not all as private party though.
Let's see. Same thing with John Silva. Jungle Boys tag team record.
13 and 6.
Regardless if that's the 1 or 2 offs with
Marco.
Marco, he
I think
still has
you know what? I think Lucha's injured because he wasn't seen on Dark or Elevation.
Let's see. Kip before Miro turned on him, 3-1. Let's see.
I think you know what? It's starting to look pretty
God
good.
damn, as a tag team, 3-5 for the Seidel brothers. Shit.
We gotta step their game up.
Punk.
Ortiz and Santana's 4-2.
And they're not even on the ranking at all.
You know who's been slowly getting wins? The pretty picture.
Yep. In the circle, 4-2. But the 2 losses will put them under FTR.
True.
You're right. Okay, so look at the Butcher. No, but you know what? That's not all with. But it should be.
Look, there's only
5 of
There's
them.
5-0.
They should be up there.
They should be up there.
the Butcher and the Blade should definitely
At
be
least
up there.
5 of them was with
And
each other.
they only got to
because-
pass this week because some of those tag teams that should be on the rank system are injured right now.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see if they updated the women's roster, which I doubt.
I've been on. 5-1, 2-1. Anna J. Poor Anna J.
I think she's gonna get cleared.
Also, Kong still on the roster.
Yo, straight up, Glow got canceled, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna come back soon.
Stan is already at 4-0.
Yeah.
Jay Cargo 4-0 as well. Look at my baby Layla Hirsch 9-3. She need to get a little bit more wins and put herself on that.
No, they hungry in the women's
They're
division.
right.
A lot of these women is getting put in work.
Penelope 4 5-1.
They all putting in work this year.
Red Velvet is ranked 5 with 6-1. So that makes
So technically, Layla Hirsch.
should be ranked 5.
Should be 5.
Yep. She should be ranked 5 because of the 9 wins. The 3 losses brings her down to 6-0 technically. It's compared to Red Velvet. So yeah, she definitely should be ranked 5.
Yeah, she been putting.
Maybe if she gets another win on the upcoming Elevation or regular Dark, maybe. Serena D. Where the fuck has Serena D been? Has she actually been on NWA Power or something?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm like, what the fuck?
That right now, and also so has Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa is in a feud with Camille, saying that if she loses against Camille, she can't go back to AEW.
That's crazy.
It is what it is.
I don't know. I just feel like they should have Kylan King up there. They need to have Danny Jordan. They need to have the girls that they usually have all the time. Like, you know, even though they're getting squashed, but it's like they need to keep them up there, man. Because it's like, yo, you got long running jobbers. Like, why hasn't been there since the first Dark episode? Why is he still not on the roster? It's been like 1 year afterwards. Are you trying to tell me that that he still doesn't have a contract after 1 year?
Fuego's involved in so many things in BTE and Sammy Guevara's blog. He's been around for almost a year himself. He had a good storyline with QT that they could have pushed somewhere. What's the point? Keeping these
And he
people on
started
dark
hurting.
is like is dumb because you overinflating dark,
Yeah, but
and then you're
wasn't
oversaturating
Baron Black on the
dynamite
roster?
with the.
Wasn't Baron Black on the roster list?
Was he? Oh,
Was he?
I hope not. Trash. Oh,
I hope not.
no.
Let's,
Nothing
let,
about
let, let,
Barry Black interests me. The only thing that interests me about him is when people shit on him on BCE. That's
because he's an extra.
pretty much it. All right, so let's get into this AEW Dynamite. And honestly, I gotta say that first match that they had, IWGP United States Championship on the line, Yugi
Yeah, that
Nagata versus John Moxley. That was a great match, and I like the fact that because it was the United States Championship for New Japan, that they had it in New Japan rules, 20-second countouts, hour time limit. So
And then they definitely gave like an explanation of the rules too, which was pretty good.
yeah,
I just wish they would have had like a New Japan ref, like a well-known New Japan ref there
they should have
that
rescued.
to call it that.
They should have rescued.
I mean, I'm not sure if the rescues could come because remember in Japan, the COVID lockdown is increasing.
Oh, well, I haven't had no updates on Japan in a long time, but that's unfortunate. But the continue, I guess, partnership between New Japan and AEW starting to shine through a little bit more. We finally get the first, I believe, championship defense on AEW television against a New Japan star. So Yugi Nagata,
A
he
New Japan legend.
yeah, at that, because
Yeah,
he's
he's a
around
legend
for
for
like I
what they
think
was
he
saying.
said like 15, 20 years already.
He used to be in WCW.
Oh, that's right. They said that Tony
He was in
they actually
WCW.
mentioned that, and they said that Tony Schiavone called the last match that Yugi Nagata was in WCW, and now all these years later he's calling his first match
in the
on
United
AEW.
States.
So
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
So salute to that.
A lot of full circle and a lot of
That's what's
allusion
up.
to the fact AEW is like kind of a WCW reboot. The fact that they continue with these allusions to the past. But as far as this matchup goes, top notch. A shout out to them changing Moxley's entrance. A lot of people are bitching about it online,
Wow.
but
I wasn't bitching. I was just, but I was like, all right, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I saw a
that's
couple
what I-
people who actually just bitching like, oh, why would they change this music?
I was complaining. I was
Because honestly, they don't understand that's Orita's theme song in Big Japan and Old Japan, the deathmatch guy.
Yeah,
So that was his theme song. So now that Moxley had that exploding barbed wire match, he's the new Narita. I mean, yeah, Nagata. I mean, whatever, Narita.
but
So
I like that he had the wild thing intro.
I get it because honestly, that song doesn't really fit his his it doesn't, like, he's supposed to be just like some kind of biker, not like some kind of hippie,
I was just like, whatever.
I think you could use wild thing in like a rocker kind of outlaw kind of way too. I think it worked for him. I was one of those like, oh shit, Wild Thing is rare that wrestling uses licensed songs, period.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a pay-per-view build-up and it's like a cross promotion between the band or the musician and the promotion that they helping cross promote. But usually for them to just have a song licensed out of left field, that's rare. So I enjoyed that. I like things like that, like the little details, like a Titantron change or a little change to the presentation. So I always appreciate
like adding Snoop Dogg to your rock song.
No. no. I did not appreciate that. Cody was really garbage with that move. And I got some bars for Cody, but we'll get to that. As far as this match though, Yugi Nagata showed out, really gave Moxley one hell of a fucking match. Saw a couple German suplexes, hard chops. You know, it was definitely New Japan feel.
Yeah.
Moxley really sold that that aspect, that change in style. So I definitely did appreciate it. What of course John Moxley wins and retains the IWGP United States Championship, which to me is kind of surprising because me personally, I haven't really been keeping up, admittedly, with New Japan on their end, but it's kind of weird that we don't have Mox defending there and not even on the New Japan Strong, and he's still having the title. So I found that a little weird personally, unless they plan on continuing to build like the Kenta coming back or new contenders for New Japan coming
Yeah.
over.
Well, they did mention on Dark when because John Moxley bought the IWTP title to Dark, and basically I forgot, but a couple matches down, there was a Lance Archer match, and Jake the Snake mentioned that Lance Archer had the U.S. Championship at one time as well, and he said that he might be trying to get that back one day.
Well,
So you
they
never
did mention a lot
know.
of the former champions during the match, like Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Lance Archer was definitely mentioned among them. So, I mean, anything's possible with that. But according to like the ending of the show, I think his eyes are set on something else. But we'll get to that. um, you guys have
Yeah.
any last thoughts on the actual matchup, or what do you guys rank the match?
Nah, I thought it was fire. I
It's a
gave it an
9.
8 already. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely a dope match. I like that they gave each other respect at the end of the match too. That was dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd give it like an 8, 8.5, probably. I'll lean more towards 8. Um, it felt like a New Japan match, and that's the biggest thing I liked about it. It was clearly a traditional style match. A lot of people in AEW don't
Yeah.
follow regular, ring psychology like and match rules. So this was like a breath of fresh air, something new. I hope they continue put in defenses of the IWGP United States Championship or even other titles. Hopefully, we have more inclusion from that brand and we get more stars coming over. But yeah, I give it an
I,
8, and I think they should continue along this route.
I agree.
What do you give it though, E?
I gave it an 8.
You give it an 8 too. All right, so before we move on to the rest of the show, let's take a quick break to our sponsors, the guys who keep the lights on, keep this Kayfabe Avenue train moving, as you can see in the background. And
Song.
we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. We left off with the United States Championship from New Japan being defended and retained by John Moxley. Great match. Go out your way to go see that. We move along to the Inner Circle addressing the Pinnacle. So it's a 3-man unit at this point. We got Jericho supposedly injured, and Santana, who was snitched on by MJF for stabbing him with a fork, was actually locked up. So it was just Hager, Sammy, and Ortiz, and Ortiz straight said it. MJF, that was bitch moves. They all cut a decent promo. It's rare that you hear Hager speaking, so that was a good look. Pretty much banning the Pinnacle. Like, if you guys don't freaking give us a rematch, like we're gonna straight up kill you. Like they definitely threatened murder on live TV.
They like, we not stopping, yo. We not stopping.
Yeah, they definitely threatened murder on live TV. And with MJF already snitching, I see
Yeah.
an order of protection. I see an order of protection coming in play. I see the cops being on TV.
Word. MJF gonna have high security walking down to his matches. It's gonna be stupid.
You guys got any thoughts on that little promo?
No, it was alright. It was good. You know what I mean?
Didn't they hit splash them with a little bit of the bubbly?
That's later on down the line. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
This segment was pretty much telling them before the Pinnacle has the little celebration later on in the
All
night.
right. I got confused.
Pretty much we want a rematch, and you got till then to answer. So moving on to another promo, which was overly overly hyped, as is everything with Cody Rhodes. Like this man has to have an entrance for entrance for an entrance. He has to have an intro to his intro music. He's extra. And for all the shit that people talk about, and his complaints about Triple H, brother, you are AEW's Triple H in his I am the game prime. You soak up fucking TV time and everything is about you. Like you got to be super. Why the fuck do we need a week, 2 weeks in advance to hear about a fucking announcement? And it's an announcement to a promo. There was nothing announced. There was nothing important announced. It was just a regular ass fucking promo.
Yo, I thought it was long. Yo, bro, I thought it was
promo. One of his worst promos.
I thought it was long-winded. I thought that you took too long to get to the fucking point, yo.
First of all,
I was like,
thought Brandy was pregnant again. And I'm like, wait, you have another announcement?
She's pregnant.
Her pregnancy has a pregnancy.
She having a child with another child, but they're not even twins.
This was one of his worst promos ever, yo. Like, yo, you might be bad, Cody.
Did the first 10 minutes of that promo not feel kind of a little bit racist to you?
I didn't know what the fuck he was trying to say though. Like, it took mad long to get to the fucking point.
And the thing is, before he actually said it, I'm already like, he's just gonna say he's the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. That's all the fuck he's trying to say. Oh, I'm dressed up like America. I have my America tie. And while Anthony Ogogo is shitting on America, he's got an American money and American paychecks, and I bleed American. And shut the fuck up.
Hurry
All
up.
that just to say, hey, by the way, since I got the rights to Cody Rhodes a few months back, I'm just gonna take American Dream because I've been pretty much trying to be my father this entire run.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna actually be my father now. Like I totally expect like a polka dot suit or like something along the lines like this man is super fucking cheesy. And like I usually love Cody Rhodes and everything he does. But like I'm just waiting for him to be like, I'm the American Dream, Cody Rhodes, daddy. Hard times. I lost my daddy. And I've been trying to become my daddy ever since I lost my daddy. And I'm in the AEW booking. I'm booking
he already
myself.
fixed his list,
I'm booking my
so that ain't gonna happen.
But I'd rather him cut a Dusty promo. You know what I mean? Dusty at least got swag in his shit. His shit don't got no swag. It just takes forever to say what the fuck you mean, bro. And then just say you got a fucking match at Double or Nothing with Anthony and Go-Go and keep it moving. That's it.
That's all that promo was.
That's all you have to say.
I'm gonna fight
like 10 minutes, bro. I'm like, yo.
By the way, my new ring name starting on that day is the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. Like, my dude, you had that cringy like anti-Black Lives Matter sounding ass promo just to say you're gonna transition and use your dad shit. We don't need you to announce every time you do something for your fucking father, bro. We don't need you to announce every time you got a trademark or fight for a trademark that Dusty created, or when you steal another gimmick that's technically copywritten from WWE and you're just repackaging it because Dusty did it. I'm sick of that shit, bro. Create your legacy. Your father is a legend. We will always respect that. But create your own legacy. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
I guess so. Because he's the American Dream, Cody Rhodes, and he's going to show us some hard times.
I hope you start talking like that. Maybe his shit will be much more swaggier because he should be dragging, bro. Like,
that shit was a 15-minute long. First of all, we have to get his intro for his intro, his entrance for his entrance.
It should be too long.
His announcement for his announcement, and his promo for his promo. So
you know what Cody
did was like 20 minutes.
Cody should just cut vignettes, like 2 5-minute vignettes. We don't need to see him out in the ring jonesing.
Somebody needs to tell him bullet points, daddy.
Like
backstage, bullet points. Just go down the list real quick, daddy. Just a bullet points. That somebody got to tell him. Somebody got to tell him, Cody, stop giving us essays. We just need a quick bullet point.
Get to the point. And
Oh,
that's
don't tell him that we need a quick bullet point because have you noticed that every one of his feuds only lasts 2 weeks?
His feuds are bullet points.
know,
Like,
If you look back on all of his feuds,
yeah, because he already went from QT
for
straight to Anthony and
Jericho, that shit was mad quick. He went to what was it? Brody Lee, that shit ended mad quick. Then it was who? Lance Archer. That was mad quick.
Yeah, that was quick.
Then we also have who else? Penta.
I don't even remember that rivalry.
You don't remember
Oh
Penta?
shit, that was like 2 months ago. Oh shit, yeah. When he first started talking about his baby and shit. Wow. Wow, Bucko.
And then you have QT 2 weeks
Only-
later, and now it's Anthony Ogogo. It's like, why aren't you fighting QT at Double or Nothing?
I thought he was gonna announce I finally can go for the AEW championship. I thought
No.
that's what he was gonna announce. It would have been better.
I thought he was gonna announce an internet championship for
I
Dark,
think-
just so he could try to do
announcing-
something.
I think announcing the fact that he's gonna go by American Dream would have it sucks more than us actually hearing it for the first time. Surprise! Like I think that's what he should have did. Waited to the actual Double or Nothing, change his entrance or whatever the case may be, and go with the American Dream theme, and then the announcer for the first time, American Dream's Cody Rhodes. I think it would have been more impactful that way.
better
The fans
roll
would have
out.
been
Yep.
more over. You know, it would have been more over with the fans. We didn't need a boring ass 15-minute promo that sounded kind of anti-Black Lives Matter at first. And I know that's not his intention, but
I don't know
felt
because
like he was
they're all Republicans.
yeah, but you know, obviously Black
Every
Lives Matter
single
is
single one of the
right.
leagues is Republicans.
But you know, anytime you start speaking politically on a show of any kind like this, especially in the climate we're in, like, bro, Palestinians are getting killed by Israelis right now, and America is kind of funding them,
Colombians are getting
turning-
killed by the government.
and
Columbus.
America's turning blind eyes. So it's kind of
Crazy.
weird to choose a political promo on this day. Like, it just didn't work for Cody. Do I like the name? Yeah, I do. It's cool. It's a cool nod to his father, but we don't need you to keep glorifying Dusty. We know what kind of legend he was. We know what impact, and we get a tribute to Dusty yearly at this point. So, like, come on, bro. We don't need you every time. Your whole character is I'm Dusty's son. You try to escape that shit, and you're just steering into it in AEW. I'm Dusty's son.
Like,
I got any final thoughts on the Cody Rhodes
let's move
promo?
on. We already body bagged it.
The adrenaline,
That shit
the
was
adrenaline has left my soul.
It has left his soul.
That shit was-
Yeah, I mean, let's put it in a Darby Allin body bag and get it the fuck out of here. Let's move on. We got SCU versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships, and I got bars.
Can somebody remind me? What do we have? What are they doing in a couple weeks? Can somebody remind what? It's
Double or
like,
Nothing.
oh yes, that's right. They have a fucking
just
pay-per-view.
their flagship event, just their number one event in AEW. That's all that's happening in a few weeks.
That's all it is, you know. It's
That's
not
it.
like they
2
need
weeks.
they need a big high profile tag team match. You know.
I don't think they need, you know, a instant classic between legendary wrestlers have been in the game in a tag team for like 10 plus years on both sides of the ring, and you know, with a big stipulation on the line. I don't think we needed that at the number one event of the year. I think we needed it on a random Dynamite where, you know, people could probably choose to skip it, you know, or like,
Oh man.
it's not important. It's not built up enough. Fuck it. Just
You
throw it
know,
on
like-
random Dynamite. That's pretty much what the fuck they did. How you build up this shit for like 2-3 months now? These guys are what we said earlier, like 11-0,
11-1.
asterisk, and you throw this on a regular fucking Dynamite.
A week after Blood and Guts too.
week after Blood and Guts, 2 weeks
could've-
before the flagship event.
Yeah, like why is it in the mix in the middle of it? But we get to it later. But why too? Also, remember what they said later, the announcement. But still, like, I thought the match was dope between both sides. Like that was a great match. But I understand what y'all both saying. Like that was stupid. They could have put that on the fucking pay-per-view where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
that was a career-changing match for Daniels and for Kazarian.
yeah.
That should have been held to that standard. You want to give us the
They coulda
intro
gave us some
video?
That was the WrestleMania payoff at the end.
Pretty much. We should have felt chills. We should have been so invested in this match that by the end of the match, when they fucking lost,
Yeah.
at that, when they lost, we should have felt that hug between Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. The fans should have been weeping.
Yeah.
The crowd should have been like Undertaker just lost his streak. You didn't give us that because you threw it on a random Dynamite. We needed that couple weeks. You only built this rivalry between them for 2 weeks.
Yeah, because they had that fatal four-way.
They showed up. Hey, Bucks, we don't like how your new attitude is. Then the next week, do little promos on BTE and shit. And then what? This week you fucking throw the match on a regular Dynamite? This ain't even a special Dynamite, bro.
Nah, this was just a regular.
You know what they should have done? I'm gonna tell you what they should have done. They should have had this match today, but instead of SCU losing, they should have had All Ego Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky come out, cost the Young Bucks the championship, have SCU win, and then have a literal double or nothing. And I'm talking about having the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks versus SCU and Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. That's the real double or nothing right there.
Winners gets the tag team championship.
Winners
takes the titles.
Yeah.
Winners takes the titles and they have to face each other for it.
That would have been awesome.
That
Double or
would've-
nothing.
That's a good
That would have
booking.
been awesome. But instead, they threw it on the regular Dynamite, and that's really the basis of my issue with the match, because the match itself, awesome.
It was fire. The
It was fire.
dope.
They had blood. They had everything. Like the
The story-
emotion was there, but the fact that it wasn't hyped long enough. It wasn't. They didn't make us care enough.
Yeah.
Because in reality, especially me, that I tend to stick to Dynamites and I update myself on Darks. I'm watching Dynamite to get invested. This is the show that I, as a casual, watcher, I'm gonna go to Dynamite to see what everything's happening. And so far, those 11 wins, 90% of them are on Dark.
Yeah.
You haven't built them as a strong team on the big show. So to throw this on a random episode, it was lackluster to me on that regard. I don't think the Bucks should have won, especially at Dynamite. To split a legendary team like that was bullshit.
Yeah.
You could have waited 2 weeks. You really could have waited 2 weeks, because what's not gonna happen? SU is gonna be like, well, we kind of got a little bit screwed, so you kind of want to ignore it again. Do you want to ignore the fact we lost again? Keyword again. You want to ignore it again, and let's try it again in 2 weeks. You can't even do that. It's
Who they
sad.
gonna face? Who they gonna face at Double or Nothing now?
They facing Moxley and Kingston.
Why?
Because remember,
What?
because Moxley and Kingston went into their locker room, destroyed it, and blah blah blah.
I saw that. That
mean-
happens actually right after, which I got bars for too.
I think what they said that
Why?
was it a stimulation.
Kingston and Mox's problem is with Kenny.
Twinkle toes.
That's what I was saying.
Stupid. This shit is stupid. All right. What do you guys rank the match before we move on to that?
Nah, the match was fire though. It they did a lot of reversal. There was a lot of hard. I give it like an 8.5. Like
A
that was
couple times we thought that they could have lost when you know, a lot
Yeah,
of
they did a lot of good tag team moves like SCU. There was a lot of tandem moves that they were doing on them. That
yeah.
was
I give
fire.
this a 9. I give this one a
I
9.
give it like an 8.5, and then they had a lot of storytelling. The match was good though. Even though we talking about some other bullshit, the match
The
itself was
match itself was fire.
well, you know what I mean? It was one of the better matches of the night, which makes it even worse to now that we think of it, because that could have been a good match for a pay-per-view. You know what they could all they had to do? All they
Their
had to do
WrestleMania is in
was just
2 weeks.
do vignettes, like 2 weeks of vignettes. You know what I mean? Back and
Build up. All yes.
explaining their careers, 20 years, everything like that. Make it a whole big build up. The last week with the go home show Dynamite before the pay-per-view.
All right.
Had them two see each other in the ring, and then that's it.
So what's your final number on this?
No, I give it 8.5. The match.
What about you, Focus?
The match.
I give it a 6.
A 6 because of everything else?
Yeah.
All right. Everything else kind of brought down the rank for him. I'm gonna keep that.
You gotta make sure you gotta have the right atmosphere for this match. Because if
You know what?
if you have,
Regard, I'll bring
'cause-
it down. I'll bring my
because
nine,
put it like this, what if you put Omega and Okada at New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong? Would it have been the same match?
hell no. Hell no. You need that. You need that fucking
If it like put say like whatever Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, could that have worked in any other and on Raw or something?
no, because
Nah.
look at Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar, which is essentially kind of the same match. It was trash in comparison because of the venue it was in.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. That brings my rank. With that being said, that does bring my rank down to like an 8 from a 9.
I give it an 8.5. I'm good.
Yeah. So moving on to the next segment, which is fucking stupid. Moxley and Kingston trashed the Elite's locker room. And why it's fucking stupid? Where are they? Where are they at? Where's the Elite? Did you just miss the fact that they just won their tag team match? Did you just miss the fact that Don Callis, the Good Brothers, and the Young Bucks are right there, right in the ring? And you're here. Where are they? Where's the Elite? You guys look fucking stupid. And this is consistently with the storyline. Consistently.
The hallway.
Yo, this storyline can only be compared to if calling Seth Rollins a pooper scooper.
This has been consistent, whether it's Kingston and Mox supposedly destroying their RV or whatever it was, and them running out that cringy ass segment. It's stupid, whether it's that or it's the stupid explosive ring from the last pay-per-view. This entire storyline with Mox, Kingston, and the Elite is garbage.
Like, yo, they could
Garbage. You just overshadowed SCU's legacy as a tag team to put these two jackasses in a tag team match in 2 weeks. Two guys who can't find 5 members who are right there by the ring.
Yes.
in the hallway on their way over there. You can meet them in the hallway. Like, what are you talking about?
This
you
is
know where the ring
stupid. It's stupid.
The match
I'm
just
sorry, but
ended. You literally still hear their music. The match ended. Like,
that's what I'm saying. You still hear the music.
See him in the ring.
It's like, I get it. AEW tries to be comedy based, but there is such thing as stupid comedy, as unfunny comedy, and that's what it is. Their fucking comedy has been cringy. There's new Young Bucks and shit. I like the attitude, but a lot of the shit they've been doing is cringy with the Elite in general.
Yeah, especially you know who's cringy? The Good Brothers. They mad cringy, bro. I think
they're the worst aspect. I love the Bucks comparison, but
like a lot of their
the worst
jokes,
aspect of the Elite.
Like that's what I don't mind Don Callis as much. You know what I mean?
I like Don Callis in the group.
I'm not even tripping on Don Callis. Kenny, he's a prick. You know what I mean? So he's kind of growing on me. But the Good Brothers is the one who really brings that. They make
many jokes. How many masturbating jokes are we gonna hear?
Like their jokes
in and week out before these two motherfuckers actually do something in the ring.
Like, yo, Like,
Did they forget they lost the Impact Tag Team titles?
like,
Shouldn't them as elite maybe go back and get those Impact titles so they could walk around with the Impact champion?
I mean, perception is only everything.
It's only everything. You're right. And this is perceived as trash.
Trash.
Trash. So let's
Yeah.
move on. We got Christian Cage entering himself in the Casino Battle Royal, along with Matt Sydal, who decided to step up to Christian Cage in that moment and announce he's doing the same thing, and also take the spot of the Team Taz contract that Christian put forth. Whoever wanted to sign it could fight him next week. So he's not Team Taz and somehow had access to that contract. Don't ask me how, but that's the story. AEW is the explanation. Both of them say they're gonna be in the Casino Battle Royal, and then they're gonna fight next week. Any thoughts on that?
Nah, I think that's gonna be a dope match. I'm interested to see the match, but
Yeah, pretty dope.
I really got nothing else to think about it.
It was just stupid. Logically, so Matt Sydal got the contract from Team Taz and signed it himself.
Because here's the thing. You're not gonna know this because you didn't watch Dark, but Powerhouse Hobbs basically knocked Mike the fuck out. So then Mike came out and they basically teased a beef between Team Taz and the Sydal brothers. And I'm guess kind of sort of Matt Sydal facing Christian is Matt's way of saying that, hey, since Team Taz couldn't do it, I'm gonna show you that the Sydal brothers could do it, as a way of saying that we're better than them. If you're trying to reach to make it make sense.
The only thing that would make it make sense is next week during that one-on-one, Team Taz comes out and beats the shit.
There
out
is.
of both of them.
They definitely are.
and then it creates a drama because
Creates Matt Sydal, the Sydal brothers and Christian versus Team Taz. It's the only thing that makes sense in that.
And that's what's gonna happen in Double or Nothing.
No.
But
three ways.
Ricky Stark is injured, so
Oh,
It's time
so
for Hook to step up.
Hook gonna have to get busy.
we're gonna have to tell Hook, yo, Hook, get on the ring apron.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, so let's move on from that segment. We got the AEW Championship Eliminator match. I guess every match that has AEW Championship implications is called an Eliminator match, even though there's no elimination.
Yeah, because they eliminate them from the ranking.
Okay, I guess. I guess, even though they kind of just dropped down in the rank, but okay. We got Orange Cassidy versus the Boston Pac, which was actually a really great fucking match, but it ends in the first ever, to my knowledge, in AEW, the first ever double countout.
That's what they said. That was the first one in their whole.
They don't do.
That's a lie.
That's
a lie.
my knowledge, but for the
Nope.
most part, they don't do
That's
DQ finishes.
First double countdown was on the Dark. That's the first double countdown on Dynamite.
Okay, so first
So that-
double count on Dynamite. They don't do a lot of DQs and fuck finishes. They
Yeah.
usually have straightforward.
According to Tony Khan.
Yeah, according to Tony.
I
So
missed something that happened. Like there was some situation where Orange Cassidy was knocked out already.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah,
that giant power bomb that he did knocked him the
yeah,
fuck
like, he
out.
put him to sleep, and then I guess
And Joe Pac had to make Orange Cassidy kick out.
so.
but we have some
That was like a
interference in this
little
match
lot
too. We had Kenny Omega come in there while the referee was distracted and hit Pac in the back of the head with the title.
And then they both was out for the count.
That's what led to the double count out. But I didn't catch that part that Orange Cassidy got knocked out.
Yeah,
It was
like,
that high angle power
yeah,
bomb.
and that's when Don Callis came out. Cause that's what I thought too, folks. I thought like he either hurt himself or it was like a little botch. Cause the way like he was down for a little minute, and I know he was about to go for the pin, but I didn't see Orange really.
Pac had to interrupt his own pin.
That's what I'm saying. You feel me?
I didn't catch that.
So
Guess I was distracted by Don Callis.
yeah, then he comes out talking
Because
shit.
Pac would have won with that. Would have won with that power bomb, but he was like, "Oh shit, he's not kicking out."
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
supposed to kick, and then that's when they got into the segment with Don Callis. I guess that's when they did the finish.
Yeah. So after the double count out, Kenny celebrating, acting like he has no contenders. And then we have Tony Schiavone coming out with news from Tony Khan that is going to be a triple threat match, which was supposed to be shocking. Like, is this the first triple threat match in AEW?
Nah.
No.
They built it like it was supposed to be shocking. So Kenny Omega is going to defend
It's only shocking
and Orange
because
Cassidy.
it's only shocking because they stole it from WWE.
Did they though? Everybody does triple threats.
They got it.
In the past month, WWE has done like at least 4 or 5 triple threats.
This one felt a little rushed because there was really no interaction between Pac or Orange Cassidy. I seen Orange Cassidy press Kenny though, but like Pac really hasn't been putting in no like promo work or anything at all to be in this match. He just did he just been getting his wins up. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? I ain't tripping. I know that's gonna be a dope match. All 3 of them could go. So I know that's gonna be a dope pay-per-view. But I don't see either one of them taking it from Kenny right
I
now.
don't see that happening either. But let's move on. We have the Elite reacted to the trash locker room, making an announcement that next week they'll face the varsity blondes, and completely overlooking the fact that they just said they'll be facing them. They put the challenge to John Moxley and Eddie Kingston for the week after at Double or Nothing, completely overlooking SCU's legacy, completely shitting on them, and completely shitting on the Varsity Blondes, making them seem like they're not even real contenders because you're looking through them to the next contenders.
Yeah.
Good job, Elite. You really put people over this week.
Best tag team division, hands down.
Word in the world.
So we also get another promo from Hangman Page surrounded by the Dark Order, and he issues a challenge to Brian Cage at Double or Nothing, and we have Silva pretty much gushing at the fact that Hangman made a Double or Nothing pun. So good to see Silva back on TV. But then we get the coronation of the Pinnacle.
But wait, he even challenged the FTW championship.
For what? For what? He's already in the AEW rankings. For what? They don't even have a rank for that. I just steal it and say it's mine. It's the same thing, right? So we got the coronation of the Pinnacle, and this was trash. Trash. Why? Because you basically shit. It's trash. We doing this. It's trash, and this is my reason why it's trash. How many times a week do you hear them shit on the WWE? How many times out of the 2 years AEW's been in existence they shit on them?
Throwing the subs and shit.
4 or 5 times.
So why is it? Do you feel like it's okay to steal a storyline that is historic in WWE, and not only copy the story line aspect of it, but you do it horribly? They try to recreate the Stone Cold with the beer truck, soaking the Rock, soaking the corporation. And
you mean Kurt Angle soaking the Alliance with milk?
They couldn't even top that.
Word.
Couldn't even top that.
The Kurt Angle one.
They had a little bit of the bubbly shooting out of a truck that was obviously too far to fucking catch these guys. These guys are selling the shit like they're actually getting tripped over the fucking thing. It's sprinkles hitting these guys, and they're throwing themselves all over the mat and trying to sell it like it's the greatest thing since the first time or the second time and possibly a third time we saw it in WWE.
I don't know, yo. It is what it is.
You can't keep shitting on the competition and do everything in your power
I agree.
to be exactly what you're shitting on.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's starting to become cringe, the Jericho and MJF shit that's been going on for so long. They had this story been going on for months now. And it's like, yo, it's like, let's move the fuck on. Y'all had bad promo after promo after promo going back at each other. Like a lot of cringeworthy shit, yo. That dance-off shit y'all did. This shit.
I think they redeemed themselves since they went like
We could go on and on, man.
with the inner circle, but I agree with you. They have a lot of cringy shit. And this
Like
segment was one of them. We had the returning Chris Jericho, who wasn't just killed last week.
that everybody was having a heart attack about.
Like, I get it. They said his arm was injured off that. And he did come with a little brace on his arm. So
Mhm.
we're supposed to believe in 2 weeks this guy can fight in Stadium Stampede after getting thrown off of typically a Hell in a Cell and getting put through a metal ramp.
Yes.
But Stadium Stampede is mostly like pre-shot and like that shit ain't no real wrestling shit.
The only thing that came out of this segment that was interesting was the fact that MJF accepted the challenge from the Inner Circle with the stipulation that if the Pinnacle wins, Inner Circle disbands and they're done forever.
Yeah, they gotta break
So
up.
that's the only interesting thing coming out of that.
Yeah.
Before we move on and we wrap up this show, let's take one more quick break to the sponsors, the guys that keep the lights on, keep this kayfabe Avenue train moving, and we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back, and we left off with the Inner Circle getting their challenge accepted by MJF and the Pinnacle with the stipulation that if they lost, that the Inner Circle will be disbanded forever. So any kind of like final thoughts on that situation before we put it to bed?
Nothing but garbage, guy.
Nah, I really ain't got much to say. I thought it was cringe, but I'm glad to see another Stadium Stampede match with, and now with this stipulation on top of it. Last year, that shit was fun, you know what I mean? But it's cinematic shot, but I enjoyed it, so I'm interested to see how that match.
He did a lot of shit, and Sammy was the MVP of that last year, so definitely expect him to be showing out this year too.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. I want to see the match again, but that's about it. I got nothing else to say about it.
All right, so let's move on. We got Jim Ross doing a sit-down interview with Dr. Britt Baker, and I gotta say, one of the best promos of the night.
Was fire.
One of the best promos of the night. I think JR is
that SCU
the best when he's doing like these kind of sit-down interviews and this intimate setting. It worked back then in WWF when he did it with Triple H and he did it with The Rock. Got some of the best promo work from them. Some of the most memorable stuff. Obviously, the game, I Am the Game, came out of that, and The Rock's little presidential promo, which is memorable. So JR works best when he's intimate with the wrestlers, and this was another showcase of that. And Britt Baker, I think she just been on a fucking roll, bro.
Yeah, her
promo wise, work ethic wise.
She stepped her game.
Britt Baker of year 1 AEW is not the Britt Baker of year 2, and I definitely see her pulling this belt off of Sheeta.
Yeah, it's time. She got the attitude. She got the look now. She found her niche, and I'm proud of her. She came a long way this year. Once she got that heel turn, she started bodying this role, and she just been improving. And now she's getting her wins up. She's right where she needs to be. We called it a couple months ago. If it wasn't going to be Tay, it's going to be her. You know what I'm saying? She's ready, so I'm not even tripping. So I like this promo. This is what I was about to say. This is the type of shit that they should have done with like SCU building with you know what I mean, going into Double or Nothing with the Young Bucks. But you know what I mean, Britt Baker got one, and this one is fire. You know what I'm saying? This one is fire. So that's all I really gotta say about that. That dope segment though. That was a dope segment.
Yeah, I did like it too. Pretty much staking her claim for that belt, and as she should.
She deserves it. She's been putting in work.
Next up, we got a crazy quick squash match: Thunder Rosa versus Jasmine Allure, and this was pretty much like, bitch, I'm here, I'm winning, I want my next title shot. That's really what this was. Like,
yeah, she was
ran through this chick. This was like 2 minutes.
Yeah, this was like 5.
Ran right through it, and Thunder Rosa pretty much yelling to the camera, "It's my time. I want the belt." So it looks like she's gonna go after the NWA Women's Championship again. So I would love to see Thunder Rosa versus Serena again. The first time they did, it was probably, till this day, it's probably one of the best straight up women's wrestling matches in AEW.
Yeah, that's
not including the Britt Baker no holds barred unsanctioned match.
Yeah,
but yeah, this match was fucking amazing. So if that's where we're leading with this, yeah, I can't wait to see that. And I'd love to see Thunder Rosa with that belt again.
Yeah.
So
Well, see,
any
up
guys
with a
want to match?
rematch Britt Baker down the line. You know what I mean? For the AEW belt, obviously she looked like she's signed. She's on the roster on the website. So
No, yeah, Thunder Rose is officially AEW.
yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing her. You know what I mean? Her and Britt Baker part 2 for that belt. You feel me? Because I already know the promo game between them two is gonna be fire because they already got history. So that one just basically writes itself. But yeah,
All right. So next up we got another up and comer on Cutting Promos. We got Shivani talking to Jade Cargill, and so Shivani pretty much tells her like you're the hottest free agent in wrestling right now.
yeah.
And he was asking about who she thinks she might side with. We got QT trying to join her up with him. We have what's her name, Vicky Guerrero. We got a couple people vying for her attention,
Matt Hardy
and
too.
Matt Hardy as well. So Jade was pretty much like, I'm nobody's like Dozier, pretty much. I'm my own boss. Nobody's the boss of me. I'm that bitch. And that's how she left it. She said that she's listening and she's considering, but she's nobody's employee, and nobody's the boss of her.
Word.
So big things. She definitely got a bright future on her. And finally, we move on to the TNT Championship, Miro versus Darby Allin. Now, if you was paying attention from the beginning, you saw the little spoiler when we was doing the rank systems. Yes, it's true. Miro has defeated Darby Allin. Miro is a champion in AEW. Was it deserved? That could probably be questionable. But the matchup, I don't even think the matchup was that good, quite honestly.
Nah, it was like a nah, but Darby was fighting. He did get some offense off, but a lot of it
That's my
was
problem. He got
but
offense off.
yeah, but Muro still was looking dominant through the whole match. You know what I mean?
Was he
But
though?
a little something. Little something.
It's the same problem I had. What was it, last week, the week before? Brian Cage versus Hangman Page. Brian
Yeah.
comes out, jumps him, destroys him before the match, and then goes on to have a 10-15 minute match.
Yeah, they were just filling up
The
time.
same thing happened here.
Yeah, they were filling up
Destroys
time.
him. He destroys him before the match starts. Destroys him. Then when the bell rings, you going 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Does not make your super heavyweights look like super heavyweights.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't think Miro's a beast after this. If you was a real beast, you'd have broke that twig ass dude in half.
Yeah, 5
And as
minutes.
soon as the bell ring, do 2 more maneuvers and it's over.
Yeah, facts.
You're literally
Yes.
dragging him around the whole ringside, throwing him through barricades, on barricades, and doing all type of shit. Why? This guy should be done. He should be finished. You're Miro. You're a monster. You got at least 200 pounds on this dude. It's not believable to me.
They were filling up time though. They did start that main event a little bit early. They could have had another vignette or something like right before the match, because that shit, it was like a good
They
15.
should have put this match
It was a
where the
15
Young Bucks
match.
match was, and put the Young Bucks match
The main
in the main
event.
event. And that's
I would-
another thing. You didn't even give SCU the main event.
I would have been a main
You threw them
event.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that was crazy. They should have did the main event. That should have been a main event. And it was a better match, that tag team match.
Oh yeah, by far. I give this match probably a 7. Honestly.
I give it a 7. You know what I mean?
It's all right.
It was.
I
It wasn't
don't understand,
horrible.
like how the fuck
It's just the
Miro.
believability, bro. You got a
But
super
I don't know how
heavyweight
the fuck.
against somebody he could crush in one hand.
But yo, Mero, how he get a title shot? He only had like one match, I think, on Dark after the stupid Penelope Ford and
That's,
Kip Sabian
that's
shit.
the thing about open challenges.
And now he get a fucking title. And now he is the champion. Like, how the fuck that happened? Y'all just skipped the whole fucking line of people with Hangman Page and everybody else putting in more work.
He was on the ranking last week.
He was? No, he wasn't. I don't remember.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
He was? Where he was at 5?
Probably.
I
No,
think-
I think he was 2.
Nah, he wasn't 0-2.
No,
Miro was-
4. He was 4.
Nah,
He was
hell
4.
no. The first three been
was
on
four.
up there for like weeks. He was
Miro
4.
was 4 last week.
All right, so I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. He just skipped a whole lot of people, but it is what it is. And it looked like Lance Archer, like at the ending, there's probably gonna be a little feud with him and Lance Archer for the belt. So Darby's probably gonna be sitting on. He probably got his own shit going on with
I think
Scorpio
that
Sky
Archer
and
was
Ethan
injured,
Page.
and that's probably why he gave up the title. I was hearing rumors about that.
You think so? Because he got that problem going on with him and Sting and Ethan Page and Sky right now too. So maybe he about to go concentrate on that as well.
Listen, I'm just happy that they're finally doing something with Miro that has nothing to do with Kip Sabian or being the best man. And hopefully him being TNT champion, he completely removes himself from the best man gimmick
Just
and
starts doing something
actually
serious.
starts being the beast that we wanted him to be from the beginning.
Yeah.
But AEW, listen to me. When you booking your super heavyweights against these twigs and you breaking them before the match starts, have them end quick, have them be dominant. Come on, 2 weeks in a fucking row.
It is what it is. But I thought the match was like a 7. I'm good with that.
Yeah, the match was a 7 to me. Focus, what do you give it?
I don't know. I give it like a 6, I guess. I don't know.
I hope my energy isn't deflating these numbers for you guys, but it's true.
Nah.
Come on, the ring psychology. You gotta.
This match, from what I remember, like Darby did get a lot of offense off, and there was a lot of forced finishes. You know what I mean? Even though Miro was still hitting him with a lot of shit, he was still kicking out.
Miro was ragdolling him, but he shouldn't have had that much fight.
You know what I mean? He still had a lot of fight in the match. That's why, you know what I mean? But I guess they were just filling up time and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then Scorpio Sky Ethan Page came out, interrupted the match with Sting, and then whatever the fuck happened there.
All things that we probably won't even care about.
All that, and I guarantee you that none of them's gonna be booked on Double or Nothing.
They're gonna be
have fun working in the casino battle royale.
They having a Friday Dynamite special that weekend. They're having a special Friday Dynamite.
For all the wrestlers who don't wrestle on Double or
I
Nothing.
think they have like a whole week. They have Dark Evolution, Dark, Dynamite Wednesday, Thursday is off, and then Friday is a special Dynamite. It's like a 2-for-1 combo to go there and Double or Nothing that Sunday. And they have like a fan fest that Saturday.
Fresh.
So it's like I guess the new WrestleMania, the way they look
Fresh.
at Double or Nothing now.
Fresh.
Oh man.
Like this is Red WrestleMania week.
The way they slowly molding themselves and trying to clone themselves to people that they shit on all the
They
time.
have like a whole week of work of mad people gonna be mad wrestling that week for AEW.
Well, with that being said, I think overall for the show, I think I'll give this show like an 8.5. It did have a lot of good moments as far as the actual match quality. A little bit cringy in some of the promos, and a couple of questionable direction, but overall it was a decent show. Definitely recommend the New Japan title defense. SCU match with the Bucks was definitely a great highlight. I think those two segments definitely stole the show. And anytime Britt Baker's on the screen is pretty amazing. So definitely enjoy the show. What do you guys rank the show in general?
In general,
I'll give it a 6.
It was decent for me.
Focus with the 6. And EA, what you gave it?
I gave it an 8. 7.5, 8-ish around there.
All right. So with that being said, we could do this all day. EA, where can they find you?
You can find me at EDOTA. That's at E.A on Twitter. We also in the Facebook group, K-Fabab Facebook group. You already know, like, share, subscribe, hit us up. Send me all your hate mail, your love mail, whatever. I answer all that shit back. You already know.
All right, Focus, where can they find you?
Find me on the Facebook group and kayfabe_focus on Instagram.
All right, and you can find me and us collectively at Kayfabe Avenue on Instagram, on Facebook. Join the conversation. Like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Speaking of subscribe, click on that support link on Anchor, on Apple, wherever you're listening to this podcast. We're on all streaming podcast platforms. Check us out at Kayfabe Bab. Click on that support link, click subscribe, and donate. Donate what you can to keep the lights on, keep this Kayfabe Avenue train moving, and we could keep providing you all this great content. I have been Kayfabe AJ. That has been E.A and Kayfabe Focus. This has been Kayfabe Avenue and the AEW Dynamite wrap up. That's all the AEW news for the week. Kenny, take us home.
Good.